you had to spend the weekend off?
Kept it pretty relaxed, to be honest, mate. A bit of family time and just kept it pretty low key. Try to take advantage of the weekend off as much as possible and rest up, but kept an eye on the footy.
You didn't have a weekend off the last couple of years. You made prelims. How much of an advantage is it, do you think, now you've had one?
We're about to find out, I guess. We've looked at other teams that have been, rested players in the past, and it's worked out well. Worked well in the last round of the regular season for us. But, a big goal of ours is to be a top 4 side and win that first prelim, because we've had to do it the long way around the last couple of years and hasn't worked. So it's nice to try a different way, and hopefully it all goes well.
Do you feel like this is sort of the best, maybe last chance to do it with this group? I know obviously Wayne's going, Adam's going. Do you feel like the window might be closing a bit if you can't capitalise here?
Oh, I'm not really worried about what's happening in the future, and I definitely won't be saying windows closing any time. We go out there every year to try and win a premiership, but you can't. There's nothing guaranteed for next year, so let's take full advantage of the situation we're in right now.
Some of the other boys were talking about the influence of Wayne and what he's like at a time like this. Like, how does he just have that knack of getting the best out of his players?
He keeps you quite relaxed, I think. Well, for me personally, he's I've got a pretty simple game plan he likes me to do, and keeps it an enjoyable environment. I think it's a very stressful time, final series. It's sudden death stuff. There's no fallback. You can't lose this weekend and get another chance. So keeps it quite enjoyable. Keeps us upbeat. But when we need to train hard, he makes sure that certain parts of our training, like execution, is up to standard, and he's pretty tries to make sure the standard of training is up nice and high.
And it's not about individual accolades, but how much would you love to see Cody take out the?
I would. I'd love to see one of our teammates, and we've got one up there this year, Cody, take out the Dally M. I think it's there's a couple of players up there ahead of him at the moment, and across the board here at South. So I think there's a few guys that score some points as well. So I'd hate to think that some of us have taken some points away from him in the last couple of rounds. I hope he gets man of the match, all of them, and he gets that Dally M award. But that'll be great for Cody, as an individual accolade and as a team to be able to put him in that position. But I know he's got one goal in his mind at the moment: to win this weekend and get to that grand final.
What's it like playing with him? He's had such an incredible season. What's the best part about playing with Cody Walker?
He's competitive. He wants to win every game. He wants to win every little battle, whether it's just at training or in the game. Obviously, I got a nice little combination with him there, and I love playing alongside him. I just know whatever I do, he's going to be supporting me and backing me up. Where if I jump out, he's there pushing into a hole. He's a very dominant player, and this year he's just demanded the ball, and that's what you do to you. The good players that are in form, when they want the ball and they're on, you just got to give it to them, and that's what we've done this year. And he's had an outstanding season.
Said you can't stop Turbo. You can just limit him. Do you agree with that? I mean, you know Turbo quite well from Blues camp.
Yeah, I do. He's a freakish player, and I think he's one of the red hot favourites for that award too, obviously. And but yeah, you can't stop the great. Yeah, I think that's spot on. You can't stop the great players. You just got to limit what they do, and I think we've seen Melbourne do that a couple of weeks ago. Even though Manly are a little bit off that game, they're going to be a completely different side. But that's what you can do. You can watch other teams and try and learn from what they've done. You don't want to go away from your process too much, but you definitely learn from other teams as well.
You'll do film on him, but do you do anything like have someone pretend to be him from the twos at training, or do you look at doing anything like that?
Oh, yeah, we've got a young fullback here who's not too bad, who's got a bit of free time on his hands at the moment in the trail. So he's been quite a handful at training, but that's what we want. This is where the other players in the squad become so important. They have been all year, but the kind of standard that they set for us at training and the likes of Latrell really testing us is only going to make us better on the weekend. Yeah.
Just back on Wayne, does it give you guys an edge that could be pretty key with all these experience?
Oh, look, he's been in this situation plenty of times, and that's what he speaks about. Just there's no guarantee for next year what that holds. Except for obviously losing Wayne as a coach and Renault as player and a couple of others as well. But there's no guarantee for what's ahead of you next year. So you just got to make sure you get put all the work into this year and give it everything you got, because you don't know what the future holds.
What's on Zoom?
Oh.
Damien, you mentioned those opposed sessions. Does Latrell actually sort of mimic what Turbo does in some of the sessions that you're doing at the moment?
Well, sort of. Obviously, we know what sort of shapes Manly sort of play. So where they can try and mimic those same sort of things is how Manly play. That's what they try and do at training, and so we try and best we can sort of make it the same. But obviously, it might be a little bit different. They might change things up as well. But yeah, you obviously see what they've done in other games and try and get the trial to do that as best you can.
And the intensity in defence was great against the Panthers. He's only let in one try, so I suppose you want to just try and do the same thing again.
Yeah, we do, mate. That's been a big focus of us at the moment. Is we've got a great attacking side. Definitely got some points in us, but at the moment it's going to come down to defence, and we've been putting a lot of effort in our defence the last few weeks or for a while now, and that's why we want to front load all our energy and try and play footy down their end.
Hey, Cookie, there's been a little bit of criticism in the past just on your own form in prelim finals. I mean, are you out to prove anything on like this weekend as well? Like, have you learnt, I guess, from the previous 3 prelims that you've been part of?
Look, I think so. I'd like to think I've learnt from them. I definitely feel pretty relaxed going into this one. Definitely confident with where the team's at. Not feeling nice and fresh, but I think in the past games, that's just people finding a reason for why we lost. If they can find me a reason what I actually did wrong, then let me know.
I can't remember from memory, to be honest, but I just do remember you sort of getting brought up a little bit. But I guess just we mentioned the week off already, but has that sort of helped you mentally as well this time of the year? I know you had that rest a couple of weeks ago as well, but how is the body feeling?
Yeah, no, it's feeling good, and I think the rest has been great. Obviously, been a long season for us all, and had some representative footy in the middle of the year as well. So we were in a great position this year where we could rest players in that final round and put all our effort into that first final, which we knew was going to be against Penrith. So that worked, and we earned the right to get the weekend off before the prelim, which we haven't been able to do the last couple of years. So I hope that we've everyone's made the most of it. The bodies are feeling fresh. We've been keeping the standard of training up very high as well. It's been quite intense. So, most of the hard work's done now. We just got to rest up and get ready to go.
Mate, there's been a little bit of chat that Sauce might be available this week. I mean, that'd be a bit of a boost for you guys if he came through all right.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive what Sauce has done to get himself back into contention to play. When they first done the injury, they probably weren't thinking he was going to be able to play for the rest of the year. So it just shows how much it means to him. But I'll leave that up to the coach who'll make that decision.
All the best, Cookie. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cookie, yeah, you speak about the Sauce being available, but the bloke on the right wing, I think we've found a solution there. Mate, Jackson Paula, outstanding against Penrith a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he's been outstanding for us. He's a great runner of the ball. He's got a lot of speed too. And he's been really good on the end of the shape there. So he's done a great job slotting in, especially when a lot have been in and out of the side, not being able to play consistent footy week in, week out. So I've been very happy with Jackson. He's done a great job for us. And if he's whoever is on that wing, will do a good job for us as well.
And the win against Penrith was built off defence, and his combination out there with Campbell Graham was a feature the other night.
Yeah, it was, mate. They defended really well out there. They had a big job there. Obviously, their outside backs get some good meters. Whoever's defending around Campbell Graham, they probably feel pretty safe in what they're doing. I think he's one of the best defensive centres in the game, if not one of the best centres in the game. So he's a great asset to us and everyone around him, just everyone doing their job and working well together.
Hey, Cookie, at the risk of re-traumatising you, mate, but can you talk us through losing a preliminary final, I guess, not only once, but 3 times, to go that deep into a season and to fall so agonisingly short of the big dance?
Yeah, sometimes, mate, it's probably best to not make the finals at all. That's how hard it hurts. Wayne talks about the deeper you go in, the harder it hurts to miss out. So, looking at the past few years, we can only learn from that experience. You've got to remember we're in the prelims. There's a lot of teams that aren't even in this situation, and they've been on holidays for a few weeks now. So we're pretty grateful for the position we're in. But what we've got to do is just learn from those in the past few years, and I think a lot of us have. Nothing's been spoken about the past, but for me personally, I can learn from it. And like I said before, I feel pretty relaxed and confident in what I'm doing, confident in my game plan, and definitely confident in the team I've got around me that will get the job done.
Thanks, Bays.
And I think Alicia's been a bit harsh on your form in the prelim, mate. You have averaged 50 tackles a game. So, to be fair, mate, good luck this weekend, buddy.
Hey, I was just following up. I'm not agreeing personally. I'm just following up some other criticism.
No, it's all good. I know it wasn't your personal comments. I know that.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Cookie.
All good.
Thanks, guys.